Hey guys, it's Sam with 2M's. Welcome back. Sorry for the abrupt cutout earlier. I've been trying to get rid of a dresser for a really long time. I completely forgot that I had arranged for somebody to come pick it up tonight. And what's funny about this is that I've been meaning to update the channel and play something for probably about 2 weeks. And every time I think, oh, I've got a little free time right now, I'm waiting for something. And I don't want to get comfortable and start doing it and then have to get cut out in the middle of it. And it happened anyway. So So sorry about that. Didn't mean to leave us in the lurch here. Let's go ahead and get right back to it. All right. Title screen. All right. Let's see. Oh, hang on. We're back a little bit, huh? Wait. Are we? Oh, I don't feel like we are. Hang on. Wait. Opened it earlier. If we want to get into the hangar. Oh, that's bullshit. From the oh, wait. Oh, that's right. Oh, it said override with a question mark. I'm remembering that now. Oh man, so we could have done it. I mean, I don't think we had an option to do it while we were up there. But boy, that sucks. Let's see. Alright. So, I've never been down here before, Marcus says. If I had known the store was here, I would have opened it earlier. How? Amy asks. The fear in her voice is more present than ever. From the command center, he says. You need to override from there first, then use this terminal to open the hangar doors. The command center on the second floor, I ask? Yeah. Amy shakes her head and lets out a nervous laugh. You hear those things, she asks? There's no way in hell I'm going back towards them through that small hallway. If we want to get into the hangar, we have to go back to the command center, Marcus says. Isn't there another way? Turning to Marcus, Amy replies, well, there is another elevator, but we'll need to go through biochem storage. I need to stay with Dennis so he can rest. I say, you two go, you know your way around this place, and you know the controls, Marcus. Fine, Marcus says, but we'll need to be armed. Give Amy the gun or give Marcus the gun? I definitely don't want to give Marcus the gun. And I feel like Amy would probably be more comfortable with if she was the one holding it. But I definitely think Marcus is not going to like that I gave her the gun. I don't know how comfortable she is using it, too. Like, if she'll use it if she needs to, or what. But I definitely don't want to just give it to Marcus. I'm going to give it to Amy. Duke, you gave Amy. Yes, I did. Okay. I hand Amy the rifle and she turns to go. Marcus gives me a concerned look, but follows along behind her. Once Amy and Marcus make it a good distance down the hallway, Dennis lets out a nervous laugh. And then there were two, he says. Dennis looks much better, but he still needs to use the wall to stay standing. Didn't Amy say there were guns and emergency kits in the maintenance room near the hangar doors, I asked? Yeah, I think so, Dennis says, looking exhausted. I look ahead and see a door to the right that reads maintenance. Might as well give it a try. I go to the door, try to open it, and find that it's locked. Kick it down, push it with your shoulder. I don't think either of those is a good idea. Both of those are going to make a lot of noise. I don't think it's going to help to push, but I'm going to go ahead and try to push with the shoulder. I give it a hard shove, but it doesn't budge. I'm about to try again, but that's when I hear a gunshot from just down the hallway. Ah, motherfucker, I knew it. My first thought is that Amy and Marcus have come upon one of those things, one of the monsters. But I don't hear any of that strange static sound I've come to associate with them. Oh, but you're gonna! Alarm bells go off in my head, and before I know it, I'm heading back down the hall away from the hangar doors. Oh, just ditch Dennis there. Stay here, I'll be right back, I whisper over my shoulder to Dennis. See if you can figure out how to get to that maintenance room. He's injured. Where are you going? He asks. I don't bother answering him as I bound through the door where Amy and Marcus went. Where do you think I'm going, dude? Where do you think I'm going? Thought I'd take a lively sprint while we're waiting. Don't mind that gunshot. Don't mind that. I'm sure it was nothing. Oh, man. I don't like where this is going. So I enter the biochem room and start walking between the massive silos. I wonder what classified chemicals could be inside of them. I am fully expecting one of Amy's creatures to come flying out from the intersection of halls up ahead. I think I overhear a voice, a woman's voice. It's Amy. Stop! Let go of the gun! I run ahead so fast that I almost trip over two people in a life-or-death struggle. My mind tries to process what I am seeing, but it makes no sense, none at all. Marcus is wrestling with Amy, trying to take her gun away. When this doesn't work, he throws her to the ground and starts choking her. Her face is turning purple and her eyes look like they might pop out of her head. Marcus sees me coming out of the hallway, but acts as if what he is doing is perfectly normal. Oh my god, stop him, stop him! Although, oh man, what did she do? Did she do something? I don't even know. I start rushing towards him before I really know what I'm doing. I bring my fist down in a hard arc across the bridge of his nose and am rewarded with a sick cracking sound. He cries out as he falls to the ground, looking at me as if he doesn't understand why I punched him. On the floor, Amy clutches at her neck and gasps for breath. I start to fear that I was a moment too late, just as I see that the rifle has been thrown across the floor. Oh man. Marcus seems to notice this at the exact same moment that I do. I think this is it, guys. This is the moment. This is the moment where I really fucking beat Marcus's ass. I deliver a surprisingly strong blow with my right hand, clipping his chin from my awkward position. I'm in the process of planting a knee in his chest to hold him down when his left foot comes out of nowhere, landing hard. The kick catches me squarely in my ribs, knocking the breath out of me. What the hell are you doing? He yells at me. By killing her, I'm saving us. All of this was her fault. Yeah, but that's not saving us. We're still in danger. I sense that he truly believes this, but if that's the case, then why not just attack her when we were all together? The answer is simple. We might have stopped him. He wanted to kill her in private. And then what? Would he have done the same to Dennis and me? It seems fitting, really. When we first came upon Marcus, he'd held a gun on us. I'd been so relieved to see another human being that I had underestimated just how unhinged he was. Marcus and I both dive for the rifle, still laying on the floor, and start wrestling for possession, but I'm not confident I'll come away with it. As we struggle, he starts inching the muzzle of the gun towards my face, a position I do not want to be in. I start pushing back hard, but if this thing accidentally fires, I'm not sure where I'd prefer the bullet to go, especially in this room full of chemical tanks. Nah, fuck it. Fuck you, Marcus. I've been nice enough to you. As I grunt as I push the muzzle to point towards his face. Realizing he is literally looking down the barrel of a gun, Marcus ducks his head out of the way. This makes him lose leverage, allowing me to yank the gun from his grip. I get to my feet as quickly as I can, swinging the rifle back around on him. For a moment, I think I've knocked him out, but his eyes flutter and he looks at me as if I've betrayed him. Her people, he says. It was them that did this. She deserves to die. She did this. I look to Amy and wish I could help her. I'm relieved to see that she is managing to draw in a few breaths. Her legs move as she tries to push herself into a sitting position. You wouldn't know, Marcus says. You didn't work here under their secrecy. You don't know what it was like to... He surprises me by lunging towards me, leaping from the floor like a human projectile. I don't have time to aim carefully. I have to react first. Shoot him, try to dodge. I knew he was going to be a problem, and there's no coming back from this shit. I made my choice. I react before thinking. My muscles take over, my finger squeezes the trigger. Blast is deafening. Yeah, I forgot. That's not a good one. Oh, shit, I should have thought about that. Okay. That would have been a good reason not to do that. As I watch Marcus fall to the floor, a terrifying thought races through my mind. If some of those things are here and they didn't know where we were before, they sure as hell know now. Yeah, oh no. Yeah, Marcus falls to the floor and I see right away that I shot him in the shoulder. His right arm dangles loosely, already covered in blood. He roars in pain on the floor. Only after a few moments, I realize they are not purely screams of pain. The bastard is calling for them, calling for those creatures to come for us. This place is evil along with everyone involved, he wails from the floor. If you are taking her side, then you deserve to die too. If you want to stop me, you better do it now, you coward. The rage in his eyes at Amy as well as towards me for stopping him makes me think that he'll deliver on his threat. I raise the rifle again, every urge in my body wanting to make sure he doesn't come back to bite us. But I'm not a violent man. I could easily not kill him and just leave him behind. I almost feel like that's crueler. These creatures are definitely gonna come here. And if you leave him behind, it's just gonna be him and the monsters. That's... man. I could say with fair confidence that I might kill my worst enemies, but I don't know if I could do things like that. That's pretty fucked up. I feel like that's definitely worse than just killing him now. Those creatures are, I guess, still gonna come here. Although if I leave him here, he'll scream a bunch, I guess, and that will probably still draw their attention. They'll be distracted with him, so they won't come after us, maybe. From a strictly strategic standpoint, it makes more sense to leave him here alive. As bait, basically, but I feel like, ethically, I mean, we're talking ethics, I probably shouldn't have shot him, but... Oh, man. No, because if I shoot him again, too, that's... Well, I mean, either way, they're coming here, I guess. Whatever, fuck it. Am I gonna put him out of his misery, or am I gonna let him suffer? Oh, that was important. You decided to kill Marcus. I aim for his head. Oh, man, Amy's not gonna like me much for that, I think. Start to squeeze the trigger, but I can't complete the motion while I'm looking at him. I close my eyes tight and squeeze the trigger. The muzzle bursts, and I hear Marcus crumple onto the floor. Not for another 10 seconds or so that I realize I've been standing still, frozen, with my eyes closed and my teeth clenched. I try to avoid looking at Marcus's body and instead lean down to Amy. You okay? I ask. She nods slowly. Have to go, she says, her voice raspy. Be here any minute, too much noise. I have to hold her arm so she can get to her feet. We start forward and then I think of Dennis. We should go back to the hangar doors, I say. I can't just leave Dennis there. There's no time, Amy says. You need to come with me up to the command center now. We'll be back for him soon. I stare at Marcus's dead body for a moment, trying to comprehend the fact that my own hands caused him to die. The turning point in my life that I will never recover from. True. There's no time to weigh it now. As I look at him, another high-pitched static sound rings out from elsewhere. Louder, more ferocious. Amy takes off, presumably towards the other elevator she had mentioned moments ago. As we move out, I look back once more at Marcus's body, motionless. We start running, and after the first few strides, another noise sounds out. It sounds mechanical, but at the same time, it also reminds me of recordings I've heard of whale songs. I dare look behind us and see something has entered the doorway I came through. It is large and bright, but it is too far away to see it clearly, and I have no interest in seeing it. Whether pulling that hydraulic door would have helped, I'm not sure, but seeing how close they are, I regret not doing it. Okay. Noted. I speed up my step to follow Amy as she leads the way to the other elevator. She's panting furiously, but pushes on. I can hear something rattling in her breath, likely the result of Marcus's attack. It makes me imagine how his cold, uncaring eyes must have looked, staring down at her as he tried to deliver her to death. How she is still forging on is beyond me. I'm sorry about Marcus, I say. It's not your fault, she interrupts. At least you handed me the gun. Yeah. It never should have gotten this far, to be honest. I just hope we can find a way to survive this mess. We'll be fine, don't worry, don't say anything. Nah. Well, I guess, given the option, I don't see how not saying anything would help, but it also couldn't hurt anything. She's pretty rattled, but I don't know, whatever, fuck it. Doesn't really matter. I'm not so sure, she says, her eyes fixed straight ahead. I'm not sure I can blame her. I just wanted to say something encouraging, I guess. That's where I'm at. Yeah, that's about right. We finally come to the elevator at the end of a row of silos. Now I am more concerned with the monstrosity that's on our heels. Amy furiously slaps the button to open the doors. They slide open slowly. It feels like it's taking forever. We squeeze in before the doors are opened all the way, Amy actually falling to her knees and screaming. I ready the rifle and watch helplessly as the doors finally reach their full opening capacity. As they hold open, I see a large shape floating towards us. A phosphorescent-like white glow outlines an impossible shape. Behind it, I see another shape that's also entered the biochem room. And another. The third one breaks away from the other two, taking a quick right. It moves with eerie speed. They're heading in the direction of Marcus's body. Honestly, the thought of them feasting on his corpse doesn't bother me in the slightest. Amy is pressing the button to close the elevator doors over and over, but they stay open for what seems like an eternity. I curse whoever designed these damn doors. Hide or stand in the doorway ready to shoot. It doesn't seem like there's anywhere to hide if the doors are wide open. I also don't really feel like the gun's gonna do anything, but who knows? Who knows? We can't go anywhere, I figure. No use in hiding. I take a step and stand firm in the elevator doorway. I hold the rifle steady, ready to fire, and that's when I see them in a clear light for the first time. I can see their features, their shape, and their colors, but my mind can't quite process it all. Nothing about them makes any sense. My eyes try to see a squid, but that's not what these things are. They're gray and white and seem to be nothing more than squirming light. Their appendages are neither legs nor tentacles, but somewhere in between. They don't walk on these appendages, but use them to glide. They move like ghosts and seem to jerk every few feet or so. But I'm pretty sure that this jerking effect is not a result of their moving, but my mind's inability to understand how they are moving exactly. It's also more than their appearance that makes a mockery of reality. The light around them seems to bend inward, as if the space within the room has to reshape itself for their existence. That peculiar effect on the air makes their movements seem like something moving underwater, only faster. They screech in unison as they rush towards the elevator. They'll be inside here in another few seconds. Check the rifle and see that my ammo is diminishing. I have to start saving my shots. I'm gonna have to be choosy. Shoot at the creatures or don't shoot. Well, I mean, up to this point, we haven't found out that guns don't work on them. We personally haven't tested that. I don't know if they were shooting at him down here. She said she didn't know if they could be killed, but she didn't say that we couldn't shoot them. I'm gonna try it. Save ammo. What? I mean, if it doesn't work on them, then the gun's useless anyway, so. Oh, I decided to shoot at the creatures, and that mattered. Now, about a foot remains between the sliding doors. I find my muscles reacting instinctively again. I pull the trigger. The shot fills the elevator, and there's thunder in my ears. I hit the thing in its center, and the reaction is not what I expect. The monster pauses and spasms for about 2 seconds. Its body of light flickers for a moment, similar to a light bulb on the brink of burning out. My finger keeps pulling the trigger. The throb of the rifle in my hands is comforting, and each screech from the creature is like music. Then I realize that this only seems to be slowing it down. Its tentacles seem to tighten and then loosen like a weird muscle reflex, but then it's on the move again, unharmed by the shots. Well, at least it's slower. Finally, the elevator door closes. The creatures wash against the other side of the door, making an electrical noise and crying out in anger. The tips of their spider-like appendages poke through the wall and elevator door, but for some reason they can't get all the way through. Amy screams at this and curls into a ball in the far corner of the elevator, crying. I say nothing to her. I just cling to the rifle, hoping those creatures don't find Dennis as he waits by the hangar doors where I left him. For his sake and ours, we need to get them open now. And that is the end of chapter 3. Let's see how we stack up. Let's see. The blunt truth. You and 59% of players told Dennis he'd probably be fine. Slow him down. You and 65% of players sided with Marcus and didn't pull the hydraulic door. Who to trust? You and 69% of players gave the gun to Amy. Nice. Murder or mercy? You and 42% of players killed Marcus. Only 42%. Interesting. Now or later, you and 32% of players used your ammo and took extra shots at the creatures. Only 32%. That's really interesting. I wonder what happens if you don't. I'm really curious now. Man, and 42% of people, only 42% of people could bring themselves to put Marcus out of his freaking misery. But you know what? It doesn't take stats for who shoots him. Because I bet you that makes a big difference in who's willing to kill him afterwards. It's one thing if you've already shot him and, you know, he's already going to be disabled, basically. And you know what? I kind of forgot, too, that he wasn't, like, on the ground when I shot him. It was a shot in the shoulder. So he wasn't really, like, immobilized. He probably still could have run from the creatures, but I don't think I mean, even if he'd made it, he would have come back and been a big issue later, I'm sure. So, All right, should I begin chapter 4? I don't know. How short is this? If I don't, only 18 minutes. Usually I try to go for a half an hour, but I don't know. Yeah, it's already 9. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for the interruption in the last episode. Try to keep a better eye on my schedule in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll come right back to it as soon as I get another minute. Bye.